Thousands of protesters took to the streets in Los Angeles on Sunday in response to U.S. President Donald Trump's extraordinary deployment of National Guard. The demonstration centered on a cluster of federal buildings, including a detention center where immigrants arrested on Friday were taken. As the protests swelled, demonstrators blocked a freeway entrance, set self driving cars on fire, and threw objects, including concrete and electric scooters, at law enforcement officers. Andrew Donaldson from OrdinaryTimes.com joined us earlier for more on the riots.
To bring in the National Guard over top of the state authority and the governor, that hadn't happened since the 60s. And of course, the 60s are going to bring up all kinds of protests and violence and things like that. And since it's LA, everybody's going to go to 1992 and the LA riots that occurred there. This is different on a couple different levels for a couple different reasons. First and foremost, this is something the administration wants to have happen. This was an absolute political godsend to them on a couple different levels after a pretty bad news cycle of Elon Musk versus Donald Trump and some other things going on in the news cycle, like the big, beautiful bill being tied up in Senate machinations. This gets them on target and on topic to their number one issue that they still poll higher on than any other: illegal immigration. So the viral videos coming out of people with Mexican flags burning cars in LA, which is in California, which is a frequent target to President Trump and his vitriol for all sorts of things. This is custom made for their media operation and what they want to push. How we got here was there was a couple of ICE raids. There was protests against them. Some violence broke out. And as we know from history, what usually happens with protests is they're not just the protesters for the issue at hand. Once violence starts, you start getting criminal elements, you get chaos makers, you get people that just want to burn stuff, break things, and destroy stuff. You have that happen. The bad faith actors come in and it escalates. And that's what we've seen for the last couple of days is escalation. Now, what do we do from here? The LA authorities think they can get a handle on it. The California authorities said they don't want the National Guard. But again, unlike 92, where President Bush waited until Governor Wilson asked for help and they were trying to de-escalate it, the administration is perfectly happy to escalate this because this goes right into their push for more and more power, judicial, legal, and otherwise, and pushing those boundaries of, look at what these horrible people are doing. You must give us more power to deal with this directly. And this goes to the media coverage and the political aspect of it as well, because there has to be some kind of a happy medium between just let them burn cars and do whatever they want, and this is D-Day and we need to bring in all the troops and have an all-out war. Neither one of those is true. Neither one of those is right. But in the complicated politics of immigration policy in America, especially illegal immigration, especially when you have people committing violence with the flag of a foreign country and burning cars, the viral video is going to override almost all other policy concerns. And the Trump administration has become the master of using that. And they're going to use it, and they're going to keep winning on this issue as long as they can do that, play to the baser natures of people's feelings on the matter, and there's violence in the streets, which is always a bad look. And this is going to be a cycle that will probably continue. They will keep trying to push ICE into these areas. ICE will keep trying to overreach and getting to the illegal immigrants they want to deport because that helps out and it helps in the polling and they're winning on the issue. And the Trump administration is more and more happy to continue to escalate this instead of de-escalate it. Might be bad leadership, but the politics of the moment seems to be playing out. I think we will see much more of this going forward, unfortunately for the country and everybody involved.